Benson for the point.
Back to better through the block and down.
Active pass. He'll look to fire deep and intercepted. Stretchy diving. He's in.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Leif Bakken, making my solo debut here on yourliveevent.com, and we're glad you're joining us. Yourliveevent.com, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, and we're glad to welcome you in from the Hawley High School Gymnasium here in Hawley, Minnesota, as the Hawley Nuggets have invited the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels to come play some volleyball tonight. As you just may have witnessed the junior varsity game, they also had the C game going on the other side. They had to pull the bleachers out and accommodate for the pep band, which is beginning to play, and accommodate for some of the DGF fans as well. It's packed on this side with the Hawley fans. You can see there at the bottom of your screen. And we're looking forward to more action volleyball tonight. It's going to be great, and glad you're with us here. A couple of things as we talk about that JV match. We saw 3 sets. The first set was a close one of a 24-26 win for Hawley, but then Dilworth Glyndon-Felton took it away in the next 2, 25-17, and in the third set, 15-13 to wrap things up there. So good job on the junior varsity side of things. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about these two teams. Hawley Nuggets have invited the Rebels from Dilworth Glyndon-Felton to play volleyball on yourliveevent.com. yourliveevent.com. Thanks for being here with us. I'm Leif Bakken. Glad to be bringing you some volleyball action from Hawley, Minnesota. Hawley Nuggets hosting the Rebels from Dilworth Glyndon-Felton. And talk a little bit about these teams, at least to my knowledge, what I can find. DGF 4-0 coming into this game, while Hawley is about 6-3. As I talked to the coaches just a little bit ago, we'll get to those pregame coaches' comments in just a second. But watching the junior varsity team, DGF coming in with some strong hitters, it looks like. And so that's going to be interesting and fun to watch tonight. As for the Nuggets, they've got some speed on their side, able to get underneath the ball. Now it's going to be trying to aim that ball in the right direction that is going to be key tonight. And we'll talk more about those keys again with the coaches. But you know, good thing that we have got sports. I think that's why it's so packed here tonight, and glad you're with us online as well. But if you can't make it and you're listening and you can't see the crowd, there is a lot of folks here, and it's the support for both these teams. And so it's just great. I mean, DGF just down the road, so not too much of a trek. And of course, the Nuggets really hosting a great facility here. Again, if you tuned in earlier with the JV and the C games, they were playing both of them at the same time. The C game was on the further side. JV was closest to us. It was DGF coming up with the win 2-1. Hawley took that first one in a tight set of 24-26 in favor of Hawley. So we will see how it all rolls on here for tonight. Once again, glad you're with us on yourliveevent.com, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. as the pep band really going after it. I got here and started setting things up, and the athletic director, who's Brett Smith-Meyer, she told me that this is the first time when, with COVID, they weren't able to have, and I screwed that up, I apologize, it's Brett Mayer-Schmidt who told me, last year they couldn't have as many people, the pep band couldn't be here, so, and then they did have, for some of the fans, I guess, they were able to have both stands out, but tonight for the pep band, they're sounding good, and glad to hear that. I was a pep band guy myself back in old Lemon, South Dakota, and again, I'm glad they could pull both sides of the bleachers out, because it would be a full house on the one side, and it's just a nice facility here. This is my first time in the high school here at Hawley, and everything is looking good. So on that note, we'll come back with some coaches' comments from our coaches, Tessa Tisver for DGF Rebels, and of course Kathleen Rustad with the Hawley Nuggets. Volleyball action tonight in Hawley, Minnesota. It's the Nuggets hosting the Rebels on yourliveevent.com. yourliveevent.com, where you can find all the sports action and encourage everybody to check it out. Tell your friends and family to join us for some volleyball action tonight as well. I'm Leaf Bach, and glad to have some play-by-play for you on this one. Hawley Nuggets hosting the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels, as we turn things over to our coaches' comments here in the pregame, as we talk with Kathleen Rustad earlier about tonight's game and what they need to do. Here in our pregame comments with Coach Rustad of the Hawley Nuggets. Coach, you guys are on a winning record so far, and what can you tell me about the team? What do you think is the key to that success?
I think we have a great group of seniors that take pride in unifying the team. They include the whole team in things that they're doing on and off the court, and I think that is the key to cohesiveness on the court as well.
Yeah, and you've got quite a few seniors, you've got a handful of juniors as well, so it looks like some leadership really on this team, and obviously showing some of the younger kids and the JV kids, what to do and how to play the game.
Yeah, we've got a few seniors that have seen the court for a few years even, a few years of starting as well. But even the seniors that haven't started as many years, they're just showing up on the floor, and their communication piece is a big deal too.
So what's going to be the key tonight against DGF and the Rebels? Do they have something that you haven't seen before, or do you watch film to kind of gather up what they're going to do?
It will be team unity, and it will be everybody communicating on the floor. I think that is the key.
And that's the biggest thing too, Coach, is in volleyball, it's all about rhythm, finding that rhythm, and getting the other team to not find their rhythm or offset it.
Yeah, I think we have a couple advantages. Obviously, home court advantage. This is our first home opener, so the stands are already filled up, and I think the girls have felt that energy in the past, and I think they're going to feel it again tonight. So if we can get them on that confidence streak right away, I think we'll be in good hands.
Coach Kathleen Rustad for the Hawley Nuggets here in our pregame coaches' comments. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
yourliveevent.com, bringing you some volleyball action tonight. I'm Leif Bakken. As we continue our pregame show, we're just about under 9 minutes before we get rolling around here at the Hawley High School, Hawley, Minnesota, as they've invited the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels to come play some volleyball tonight. And as I say that, we'll listen into the conversation I had earlier with Tessa Tisfer, who's the head coach of the DGF Rebels.
Pre-game coaches' comments with Coach Tessa Tisfer of the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels. Coach, how are things going so far this season, and what's the key to tonight's success?
Yeah, we're off to a pretty good start. We're 4-0 currently. We have a lot of seniors that see the court a lot, and so that's helped us with all of our leadership that we have up there. Keys to the game tonight will be serve, receive. So whoever can pass that ball and stay in system is probably going to be the team to come out on top tonight.
Volleyball's all about timing, getting a rhythm. Is there any kind of thoughts on trying to change that up? And I guess that's the girls' choice on the floor ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, we really worked in practice, preparing for Hawley and working on shots that we think will be open on their defense, and hopefully the girls can execute tonight.
With the older kids out there on the floor, like you said, they've got that experience, so they're able to read the floor pretty well, see those open spots, and attack.
Yeah, they have a lot of experience, so that always helps, having people with experience on the court and being able to know what to do in pressure situations.
Coach Tessa Tisfer of the Lady Rebels from DGF. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in here on yourliveevent.com. Get things situated a little bit. I'm Leif Bakken. Glad to have play-by-play action for you tonight, as we've got the Hawley Nuggets hosting the Rebels from Dilworth Glyndon-Felton. And we'll be talking a little bit about these two teams some more as we continue on here in our pregame. Don't forget to stick around afterwards. We'll have the Energy Player of the Game brought to you by Enbridge, so thanks to them. And thanks, of course, to community co-ops of Lake Park, Detroit Lakes, Mahnomen, Twin Valley, and Flum, as they are our big scoreboard sponsors for the evening. So thanks again, Community Co-ops, Energy Solutions, and Enbridge Energy, as we are getting prepared for tonight. You heard it there in our coaches' comments. Both of them talking a little bit about rhythm. I brought up rhythm as well, and just making sure that they can read the floor. That's going to be the big thing that Coach Tisfer talked about. She said making sure that timing is right and finding those open spots. They've looked at the film. They see the holes that Hawley leaves, and so we'll have to see if Hawley can seal up those, patch them, you might say, and hold off the Rebels tonight. As for the Nuggets, really relying on some of that leadership and keeping a rhythm, keeping things going tonight, so that'll be good. And just looking forward to seeing these two teams play, especially in my first Minnesota volleyball experience here as part of the R&J broadcasting crew. Well, let me run down our list here, starting with the visiting Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels. Wearing the number 1 tonight is Maya Johnson, a 5'4" defensive specialist. She's a senior. Number 2 is a senior as well, Gracie Geisinger, a 5'3" defensive specialist. Number 3, Ashley Taves, a 5'10" outside hitter. She's a senior as well, along with senior wearing the number 4, Jaden O'Keefe, a 5'6" defensive specialist. Number 5 is Mallory Leitner, a 6'1" outside hitter. She's a senior. Number 6, Reagan Dawson, a 5'11" middle hitter, and she's a senior as well. A lot of experience on this Rebels team with number 7, Jenna Reno, a 5'4" setter and a senior. Number 8 is Taylor Macheski, a 5'7" setter and a senior. Megan Thune, a 6'2" middle hitter. She wears the number 10. She's also a senior. Then we see a few juniors on this list. Number 11, Madison Schmidt, a 5'7" outside hitter. Peyton Backus, she wears the number 12, a 5'10" junior. Number 13, Lindsay Navala, a 5'4" setter and a junior as well. Freshman Michaela Bjelland wearing number 14. She's an outside hitter at 5'7". 15 is Kaylee Peterson, a 5'10" middle hitter as a junior. And junior number 16, Michaela Winter, 5'10", also standing in the middle. Head coach again, Tessa Tisper. Assistant coach by Andrea Anderson, Stephanie Hansen, and Serena Hansen. And that's a look at your rundown for the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels coming to Hawley, Minnesota. We'll take one more break and come back and talk about the Hawley Nuggets after this. As the school song begins to play here in Hawley, Minnesota, the Nuggets hosting the Rebels from Dilworth Glyndon-Felton. I'm Leaf Bakken with your play-by-play action as we come to our feet and clap for the school songs. Talk about the roster here for the Hawley Nuggets volleyball team. Number 1 is Amanda Nelson, defensive specialist at 5'1" and a junior. Jada Jekvig is number 2. She's an outside hitter at 5'8" and a junior. Destiny Salinas wearing the number 3, a defensive specialist at 5'3" and a junior. Maddie Walker wearing the number 4, defensive specialist and setter, 5'4", senior. Anna Steer wears the number 5, middle hitter at 5'9", and she's a junior. Alex Eilertson, she's a setter wearing the number 6 at 5'7" and a senior. Grace Fleming wears the number 7, outside hitter, 5'8", senior as well. And number 8 is Faith Rusted, an outside hitter at 5'9" and a senior. Number 9, Isabel Steer, a middle hitter at 5'9" and a freshman. Ingrid Rusted, wears the number 10, defensive specialist and setter, 5'5", freshman. 11 is Ashley Fletcher. She's a 5'7" junior. Alexa Reap, outside hitter, defensive specialist at 5'7" and a sophomore. She wears the number 12. Number 13 is McKenna Iverson, right side hitter, 5'10" and a senior. And number 14, Marissa Allis, a 5'7" junior. Head coach again, Kathleen Rusted, assisted by Marissa Thompson, Shannon Olson, Nicole Martin, Kim Olvin, and Allie Reno. Once again, the gym has come to its feet for the school song, and now we will go on to the national anthem here on YourLiveEvent.com. We've got Nuggets and Rebels volleyball coming your way. Don't go anywhere. You're on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bach, and glad to have play-by-play action. They'll be starting shortly as they're introducing some of the starting lineups they'll get to in a bit, and they've got the a buddy program, so that's really neat. They've got third graders lined up that are going to wave to the crowd here. So a bunch of third grade volleyball buddies. That's a really cool program that I know a lot of different schools do, and so really neat for those kids to especially look up to these older girls and see how to play the sport, learn a little bit more, and then see a lot of the really good things that, of course, that Coach Rustad is instilling in the young ladies of her team, along with the future Hawley Nuggets that will be playing here on the floor. Well, we'll turn it over here and get a few of the starters there for our Rebels from DGF.
5'6" senior number 4, Jaden O'Keefe. 5'11" senior number 6, Reagan Gossett. 5'4" senior number 7, Shannon Rito. 5'4" junior number 13, Lindsay Navala. 5'7" freshman number 14, Michaela Yellen. 5'10" junior number 15, Haley Peterson. 5'10" junior number 16, Michaela Winter. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the non-starters for the home team on the scoreboard, your Hawley Golden Nuggets. Introducing 5'1" junior number 1, Amanda Nelson. 5'8" junior number 2, Chena Chetty. 5'3" junior number 3, Destiny Salinas. 5'4" senior number 4, Patty Walker. 5'5" freshman number 10, Ingrid Rusted. 5'7" sophomore number 12, Alexa Reed. 5'10" senior number 13, McKenna Iverson. 5'7" junior number 14, Marissa Owens. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll introduce the starting lineups for both teams. First, the starting lineup for the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels. 5'10" senior number 3, Ashley Taves. 6'1" senior number 5, Mallory Leitner. 5'7" senior number 8, Taylor Macheski. 6'2" senior number 10, Megan Tooney. 5'7" junior number 11, Madison Schmidt. 5'10" junior number 12, Peyton Backus. The head coach of the Rebels is Tessa Tismer. Assistant coaches, Andrea Anderson, Stephanie Hansen, and Serena Hansen. And now the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, your Hawley Lady Nuggets. 5'9" junior number 5, Anna Steele. 5'7" senior number 6, Alex Eilerton. 5'8" senior number 7, Grace Lemon. 5'9" senior wearer number 8, Kate Rusted. 5'9" freshman number 9, Izzy Spear. 5'7" senior number 11, Ashley Fletcher. The head coach of the Hawley Lady Nuggets is Kathy Westham, assisted by Marissa Thompson, Jen Olson, Nicole Martin, and Terry Better. The officials for tonight's
Thanks so much to our in-house PA for getting us those starting lineups, as we have got some Nugget and Rebel volleyball action coming your way from Hawley, Minnesota at the Hawley High School. I'm Leaf Bach, and you're on yourliveevent.com. Tell everybody to come join along as we have got some volleyball action for you tonight. Thanks so much to everybody joining me as we get things rolling. The Hawley Nuggets are 6-3 on the season. The Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Rebels are 4-0, so just a few games difference. But a 4-0 start, that's pretty dang good for the Rebels to get things rolling. And then we'll see how the Nuggets do as well. In those coaches' comments, we heard both coaches have some confidence in their teams, and they both have some experience. Both these teams, a lot of seniors that'll be playing out there. So we'll see how that helps them and helps their teams. Of course, teaching the younger kids how to play better. But at the end of this season, you have a big hole, a lot of shoes to fill when you sport so many seniors on your teams. Well, we're about to get rolling here with some Nuggets and Rebels volleyball on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken. Glad to have this play-by-play for you as we're about to get started.
Here we go. Rebels. Number 2, Gracie Giesinger.
All right. Here is Gracie Giesinger for the Rebels to start us off, the 5'3" senior for the Rebels. This one will go into the net and score the first point for the Hawley Nuggets. On the serve for the Nuggets, that was Grace Fleming. As the Rebels working around, now Fleming will receive it for the Nuggets, put over by Eilerton. As the Rebels send it way too far, and that'll be a point for the Nuggets. Going up 2-0 here. One on a bad serve to get the ball in their possession and start things off here for Fleming of the Nuggets. Student section on its feet still, 2-0, I should say, is where we're at. The Rebels push it over, now the Nuggets work with it. There's the attack by Rusted. Faith Rusted. And as I look down and glance back up, it goes out of bounds off of the Nuggets to get DGF on the board here. 2-1 is the score as we move to the other side. The Rebels' Backus will step back and make the serve. Backus sends it too far out the back door. And as we heard in those coaches' comments, Coach Tisver said that it's going to come down to serving as Jaden O'Keefe steps onto the floor for the Rebels and takes that back row spot. Serving is Anna Steer for the Nuggets. Rebels work it around. Here's the attack by Leitner, and this one goes out the back again. So far, we're seeing the Rebels have some power behind them. They're going to have to cool the Jets off a little bit with a 4-1 lead for the Nuggets. Rebels work it. Thune on the attack. Nuggets will have to free ball it across. That was from Fleming. Worked around again. There's Tooney. Now here's the attack by Rusted as the Rebels work it around. Rebels go for the attack, and that attack is missed by Mallory Leitner as they go up by one more, 5-1 to start off set one here in Nugget Rebel volleyball action. Mallory Leitner, 6'1", outside hitter. She is definitely the tallest one out there on the floor. Nuggets continue to serve. This one received by Geisinger. Tooney across, and now the Nuggets work it around. This one is Fleming on the bring across. Geisinger on the setup, and then Leitner on the attack. Trying to bring it over and blocked up front by Tooney. So good job there for Megan Tooney. And I did say that Leitner was the tallest. I was mistaken because it's Megan Tooney. She's 6'2" out there with the Rebels serving now. Nuggets send it back across. Here's the set, now the attack. This one off of the elbow and to the floor. And that'll put the Rebels up one more, but they're trailing 5-3. This one set up in front of the net, blocked up front, and then going to be sent back off of the Nuggets. That's a good job up front there by Leitner, along with, I believe that's Dawson. And just like that, the Rebels are back into this one. 9 points total, 5-4. Nuggets still lead as Jenna Reno stepped onto the floor and continues to serve. Kind of a flat set both times, but the Nuggets get it across, and they'll take the points back. Good job up front for the Nuggets with a 6-4 lead now here in set number 1 on yourliveevent.com. Serving is Alex Eilerton for the Nuggets. That one pushed and going to be Madison Schmidt for the kill. As a little out of control on trying to get that was Grace Fleming in the back row. Here's the serve by Leitner, Mallory Leitner for the Rebels. Worked around by the Nuggets and pushed across by Anna Steer. Excuse me, and as I say pushed across, it really was, as Steer had a little bit too flat of hands as she tried to set that one up. So Mallory will continue to serve for the Rebels. Steer is able to receive it. Now it'll be tossed across by Allie Reap. Worked around by the Rebels and sent over. And there's Reno. No, excuse me. Reagan Dawson on that one. Nuggets are trying to work the ball around, and another carry called on them. And just like that, DGF takes a 2-point lead here on yourliveevent.com in set 1 and the gymnasium of Hawley High School, Hawley, Minnesota. Little confusion on the floor. Coach said something to her team. That's Coach Rusted. And now Fleming stepping over to the official, the up official, visiting with him, and now take a step back. I wonder if it was a rotation question. But we'll resume play. Leitner on the serve. Nice reception by the Nuggets. And now not going to be pushed over hard enough by Isabel Steer. So we'll continue here with the Rebels in control. There's a big hit and a kill. Coming in for the Nuggets. Great job by Steer. Getting up on that one and taking it to the floor. Nuggets will serve. This is Rustad on the serve and a big block up front. Nice job there, Isabel Steer. That'll make this game 1 point difference, 8-9. Ball worked around by the Rebels. Sent across, good job by Taves, but a better job by Rustad. Here's Taves again on the attack, and she'll get the kill. Taves doing a good job on that far side. Outside hitter, turning this into a 10-8 match. And the Rebels take over again on to serve as Madison Schmidt serves it up. Here's the attack. Nice job by Fleming pushing it across. Now put back over and out. So go with Hawley as Taves was on the attack and got the error. Now stepping back here is Reap to serve for the Nuggets. Good job receiving that by Schmidt. Worked around, now up front. Good job by Backus, and the Nuggets couldn't quite control that one. So 9-11 now our score with the Nuggets down by 2. They had control of this one early on. Rebels serve. Nuggets working it around. They'll have to send it across for a free ball. That's from Rustad over. Geisinger gets a piece of it. Now Taves free balls it across on a high one. Set up real nice and put down. Good job by Anna Steer. As she was set up there, I believe that was Fleming who set her up on the assist. And we'll go 10-11 now. Serve goes across. Little miscommunication by the Rebels. Knocked back. Nuggets get a chance to work with it. They'll go off of 2 instead, and it's knocked back to their side, so now they'll work with 3. Tip across, no bueno there for Fleming. Knocked back across by the Rebels. Now the Nuggets work with it. Rebels, little out of control. Free ball back to the Nuggets. Nuggets working it around now up front on the tip, and officials will say in the net. And that'll put us tied up here on YourLiveEvent.com. Nuggets and Rebels 11 around. Looked like Taves may have been the one that was in there. Also up front was that was Macheski. 2 of the many seniors for the DGF Rebels. 11-11 is the score, and the serve by none other than number 11, Fletcher, who pushes it just too far. And so the momentum has changed now from the Nuggets back over to the Rebels. Giesinger on the serve. Ball bobbled at the net and falls to the ground, unfortunately, there, as Anna Steer was trying to tip it across but didn't get enough oomph behind her elbow grease to push that one over. Here's the next serve by Giesinger. There's the tip over that we wanted, and that one pushed across by Alex Eilerton. Way to get those points as we go 12-13. This will bring Grace Fleming back to serve. Geisinger receives it well. Tooney gets it across. Nuggets gonna have to get it over, and they do successfully. Good job. Here's a big attack by, that's Leitner. Good job by the Nuggets to work with it again, and just a little too much power there by Faith Rusted. That puts DGF up by 2. Now back to serve for the Rebels. That's Backus, as the miscommunication on the other side of the net for the Nuggets, turning it into an ace for Backus. And it's going to prompt a timeout here on YourLiveEvent.com. It's 15 for DGF, 12 for Hawley. Keep it tuned here. We've got more action in set number 1. On YourLiveEvent.com, the Rebels lead the Nuggets 15-12. I'm Leif Bakken as we see an attempted block there for the Nuggets. Now it'll be sent across by the Nuggets. The Rebels will work with it. Leitner on the attack. Nice job there by Fleming. Now sent across again. Uncontrollable for Geisinger. And I believe that was Eilerton up front on the kill.
Replaces number 12, Kate Marcus. And it's here, serving for Nuggets.
So we'll have Anna Steer step back onto the floor. She'll be the one serving. Deep serve, but received by O'Keefe. Geisinger, now Leitner, over. Nuggets trying to work with it, and it's tipped up, and then a whistle is blown. As Eilerton must have been right in the net as she was trying to tip that one up and over. She did that successfully, except for her body was into the net, so there's a violation, and we'll switch things over. 16-13 lead for the Rebels, who are visiting tonight. Here's an ace for Jenna Reno. Makes it 17-13. Reno will continue to serve. Steer, and now brought across. There's a big kill for Faith Rustad. As I say that, it was a violation, so that means the points go to the Rebels. 18-13. And now we'll locate the ball. And we'll be ready to go. And away we go. Fletcher receives it, and then it's going to turn into an ace.
That'll be an ace for Jenna Reno. Point for Rebels.
Rebels go up by 6 now, 19-13 here in set number 1 of Nugget and Rebel volleyball. Here's the attack and push to the back. Nice job there, as that was Ashley Fletcher getting the kill. As I say that, she must have gone into the net once again. So a little bit of body control needed on the Nuggets side of things in order for them to score a few of these points. We'll see if they can work with it here. Blocked up front by the Rebels. Nice job there. Nuggets will continue to work. Rustad goes across. Now on number 2. Rebels go. Here's the Nuggets on the attack. That's Steer. And just too far. And that gives DGF the point. 21-13. And another timeout called by Coach Rustad for the Nuggets of Hawley here, as we have a 21-13 lead for the Rebels of Dilworth Glyndon-Felton on yourliveevent.com. .21 for the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels over the Hawley Nuggets. 13 right now as the Nuggets host the Rebels here tonight. I'm Leif Bakken here on yourliveevent.com. Glad to have you along as we continue to see serving from the Rebels, and that is Reno, who's had a couple of aces. As a big attack and a big kill there. Faith Rustad with the kill. So this will switch things over as Eilerton will serve for the Nuggets. Handled well by the Rebels so far. Blocked up front, but now the Rebels get another chance as they handle that very well. Schmidt on the attack and with the points. Puts the score at 22-14 in favor of DGF. Here's Leitner on the serve for the Rebels. Set up and the attack by Steer. Leitner on the tack. And just too much juice on it. Turns into a 15-22 in favor of the Rebels. Nuggets looking for a little bit of a run here. Spirit fingers from the student section as the serve goes across. Nice job digging it up for Eilerton. Also a good job by O'Keefe on the other side. Here's the attack by Taves. Handled by the Nuggets. Looking for the attack. It'll be a high one over the net, over the stick there for Fleming. Now Taves gets blocked up front. That's a great job for McKenna Iverson. Getting her name in the books, I should say. And getting closer to trying to bring this one back around in set number one. We have more volleyball action, of course, after set number one, 22-16 in favor of the Rebels. Here's the Nuggets serve. Gessinger was able to receive it. Good job there by Dawson on the attack. And a good job for Iverson taking that one to the floorboards for the Nuggets. Serve worked around by the Rebels. Taves sends it across. Set up and a light touch. Nice dig in the net again. Oh, this time it's for the Rebels. Crossing the line. So we've seen a few violations that have hurt both these teams as the Nuggets are trying to crawl back into set number one. Geisinger digs it up. Reno then sent across. Great job by the Nuggets. Confusion there as we were seeing them call it off. That was Eilerton trying to call everyone off and say she was ready to set it up, and then it fell to the floor as that confusion set in. Maya Johnson will step onto the floor now for the Rebels to serve. 23-18 in favor of the Rebels. Trying to seal away set number one. This one set up. Little communication. Nice block up front to put it back down. That's Dawson. As the Nuggets were just trying to work with it. And that's just a great job up front. 24-18, set number one. Here comes Johnson's serve. Trying to put set one away. Nuggets work it around. This one saved by the Rebels. Worked up. DGF goes wild across the way. Now the Nuggets. Fleming on the attack. Taves, excuse me. Tries to push it across. And not going to work on that one. 24-19 as we remain trying to put it away for the Rebels in set one. Reap on the serve for the Nuggets. Gessinger's there, followed by Reno. Taves, partially blocked, but it stays on the Nuggets side. This one pushed across, then Taves with the big block up front. There's a good job for Taves, and that is how set number one closes. DGF takes it away, 25-19 over Hawley. Guess what? We've got set number two coming your way here on yourliveevent.com. Don't go anywhere. We've got more volleyball action. Stick around. An evening of power tonight at Hawley High School. The Hawley Nuggets hosting the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Rebels as the Rebels take set one, 25-19. Here on YourLiveEvent.com, I'm Leaf Bach, and trying to find my rhythm. That's what volleyball is all about, is finding a rhythm, and I'm trying to find mine as well. I apologize, I'm not getting as many stats and things updated here, but quite a few kills on that for both these teams tonight. Quite a few blocks up front as well. We've seen some really good things for both these teams. We've seen some unfortunate things for both these teams as well. It started off as a game struggling for the Rebels. They couldn't serve, and the Nuggets started to notch in a few points. Got back over to the Rebel side of things, and they notched a few more points. But then the serving's been a little bit tough. But now I think the Rebels are warmed up. They've switched sides, so that could change things as well. As for the Nuggets, we've seen some good things. They had quite a few kills. They had a few blocks up front. The problem is when they went after those kills, they ended up in the net. So those net violations really causing some problems. And when we saw that a little bit for the Rebels as well. So both teams with quite a few seniors out there. And we're seeing a few mistakes just up front. And then I mentioned as we came out of the break, the evening of power. We have seen hard serves go out of bounds. We've seen some hard attacks go out of bounds for both of these teams. So there's a lot of power between the ladies on both these teams, between the Nuggets and the Rebels. Now it's bringing that under control and trying to get things rolling again. I'm Leaf Bakken. This is YourLiveEvent.com. Glad you're with us. Set one goes to the Lady Rebels of Dilworth Glyndon-Felton. But the Nuggets are going to try to get back here in set number two. They've got some really intimidating, crazy tunes playing tonight, too. I see that we're waiting a little bit on the, that was Steer. Isabel Steer was in. Allie Reap was waiting to come in. They just had to make sure that the setup was right. No illegal substitutions, and away we'll go here with the Nuggets serving first, and they'll get the first points. Great job with a block up front there for Eilerton. Ball sent across, Rebels work it around. Leitner was the one who attacked for the Rebels. Nuggets send it back. Here's Leitner again, off the top of the block. Nice save by Fleming. Now free ball to cross by Rustad. Ball worked around. There's a good job by Backus for the Rebels. And now a tip across. Find that blank spot. Was it in? Ooh, the line judge is going to say that was out. Real close there. And from this angle, it looked like it was on the line. So unfortunate there. That was a great job by the Nuggets up front. As this one's received by Fletcher for the Nuggets. She's going to power that one down. That is, I think that's Rustad. Great job. So stepping back now to serve will be Anna Steer. This one received by Geisinger. Worked around, Leitner on the light tap into the middle. Worked around, and now Rustad on the attack with the kill. Great job for Faith Rustad. Faith Rustad, a 5'9" senior, playing the outside hitter position. 3-1 now the score. Nuggets continue to serve. Leitner will receive it. Set and sent across by Tooney. This one hits the back corner, so Tooney will gather in the points.
Rebel substitution number 7, Jen Reno. Number 6, Reagan Dawson checked in. Replacing McChesney and Judy. Reno serving.
We'll see Dawson step onto the floor for the Rebels. She'll be in the front. Reno in the back serving. Set up and sent across now by Steer. Leitner hitting it across for the Rebels. Nuggets go to work it around. I like the way that Alex Eilerton's thinking there as she gets a big kill for the Nuggets of Hawley. That'll put us 4-2 here in set number 2 from Hawley High School. Eilerton herself will be the one to serve and get the ace as Gracie Geisinger can't handle it. Good job, Eilerton's first ace. From what I could tell, I believe there was only 2 of those in that, 2 so far, with 1 in that first set. This one, as I mentioned, a night of power. Talk about bringing the power. That one goes out the back door. Nearly put a hole in the back wall. Ball's worked around by the Rebels. Now attack. Nice job by the Nuggets to recover on a hard hit up front. Taves puts this one through the block and gets the kill. Stepping back will be Leitner for the Rebels on the serve. On the attack over there was Steer for the Nuggets as the Rebels work it back. This one mishandled by the Nuggets, and they'll let it hit the floor instead of touching it 4 times. Either way, turns into points for DGF. Leitner will continue to serve. Received by Steer. Then Eilerton sent over by Isabel Steer. Leitner goes on the attack. Hard hit. And a good choice there in the back row. I believe that was Anna Steer who decided, I don't want that. And that was good because it went out of bounds. 6-5 in favor of the Nuggets. Tight one here in set 2. DGF did take set number 1, 25-19. Rebels will work it. Dawson on the attack. Good job on the attempt. Saving that one by Eilerton, and she'll send it across for the free ball. As they tried to block up front, a good attempt by Steer and Fleming, but they were in the net once again. So that's what's plaguing the Nuggets between that first set and the second. Schmidt will step on and serve now for the Rebels. This one deep to the back, but received well by Anna Steer. Sent over, there's Reno. Geisinger, and now Taves on the light tap over. Rusted. And now on the light attack up front, into the net. Or can they save it? Not quite, so the kill will go to Grace Fleming. Great job there by Fleming. Almost saved by the Rebels. They did a good job as well, but we saw Taves dive underneath it, and it was very close to the net. She was able to get it into the net, but nobody else was there as we see the Nuggets serve. Huge attack there by the Rebels. Bounced back. Nice attack again, but saved by the Nuggets. This one on the attack is Fleming. And now sent back, and here's a net violation up front for against the Rebels. So we'll continue to see serving from Allie Reap. As I say that, Reap will get the ace. Her first of the night, as it's not going to be able to be managed there by Madison Schmidt. Allie Reap, a 5'7" sophomore on this team, full of a lot of seniors and some juniors. A few freshmen in there as well, as Geisinger receives the ball. Now Taves goes up against the Nuggets defense and blocks it right in and into them and out of bounds, I should say. So we're going to see Ashley Taves doing a lot of good work up front. Taves, the 5'10 senior. As I say that, that's Machewski on the serve. Nuggets go on the attack, and another person up front in the net for the Rebels. 10-7 now the score in set number 2 here from Hawley High School on yourliveevent.com. Fleming on the serve and on the ace. And that's going to prompt Coach Tisver to take a timeout for the Lady Rebels of Dilworth Glyndon-Felton. On your community co-op scoreboard, we have got Hawley Nuggets at 11-7 for the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Rebels on yourliveevent.com. Stay with us. Welcome back on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bakken with the Hawley Nuggets leading the DGF, or that is Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels, 11-7 in set number 2. DGF did take the first set, 25-19, as this one's put into the net and extends the lead for the Nuggets. Student section comes alive. During that break, they had somebody bench pressing another kid. He got 10 reps. The kid looked like me, probably weighed only I don't know, maybe 90 pounds. Who knows, as we have a offset. So she was trying to set the ball up front, but hit it just a little late with her other hand. So 2 hits turns into points for the Nuggets, 13-7. 13-7 here as the Nuggets continue to serve. Rebels work it around. They'll free ball it across. That's from Tooney. Here's the attack, and that's quite the attack from, and kill I should say, from Anna Steer. Geisinger couldn't quite handle that. As we go to 14-7, this is a good lead here for the Nuggets. On the serve, Ashley Fletcher. And as I, maybe broadcaster's curse, as many of you are aware of on that, the get a roll going, I say something good, and Fletcher powerhouses that one back. Gracie Geisinger will serve for the Rebels. Ball worked around. The attack there by Anna Steer. Rebels will handle it. Here comes the attack by Navala. Not able to handle that in the backcourt is Fletcher. And so now we've got a 14-9 lead for the Nuggets, but the Rebels will continue serving. This one going to be out the side door and turn into a point for the Nuggets. Good read there for the Nuggets. Seen a couple of service errors there by Geisinger, as Leitner will go for the attack and will get the kill. So we'll switch things back around as just a little bit off the timing there for Hawley. 15-10 in favor of Hawley as Backus steps back and serves. Set up and the attack, powered to the back corner. That's a great job for Anna Steer. Assist by Eilerton. We'll see O'Keefe step onto the floor for the Rebels as Anna Steer steps back to serve here. Here's the Spirit Fingers and the serve. That one received by O'Keefe in the back. Leitner on the attack, sent to that opposite corner. Good job. Now up front is the big attack. Isabel Steer Oh, excuse me. That's Faith Rustad. As she gets the kill off of the block. 17-10. Here for the Nuggets on yourliveevent.com. This one was headed to the back corner, but Geisinger got a hold of it. Geisinger, excuse me. Hard bump back. Now the Nuggets get to work with it. Rustad puts it up front and gets the kill. Great job for Faith Rustad. She's doing an excellent job tonight, leading the Nuggets according to my unofficial statistics in points so far. 18-10. Anna Steer once again on the serve. Leitner to Machewski. Then sent across. Nuggets push it over. There's Faith Rustad. And that brings us to a 19-10 lead for the Hawley Nuggets, and Coach Tisver wants to have a word with the Lady Rebels once again. It's 19 for the Hawley Nuggets, 10 for the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels here on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken. We've got more volleyball action in set number 2 on the way. I'm Leif Bakken, and you're watching Hawley Nugget Volleyball, along with Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels, and I invite everybody, no matter what kind of fan you are between these two teams, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Here's the serve for the Nuggets as they continue on. 9-point lead for them. Rebels working around. Leitner on the attack, but the whistle will blow first as it appears that O'Keefe had the set error. She was trying to set that up, and we saw that earlier in this set from a different player. That just to have those hands offset a little bit. Almost mishandled by the Rebels on the serve. They'll get it across. Now the Nuggets get a chance to work with it. Here's Rustad, Faith Rustad, doing a great job leading in points tonight. And an error by the Rebels. 21-10. We saw some errors and violations in that first set that plagued the Nuggets, and now we're seeing it a little more on the Rebels. Leitner on the big attack, big block by the Nuggets. Now free ball across from the Rebels. Set, ooh, offset. We'll call that to only on 2 hits. Now Leitner, she'll try to go across lightly. This one into the net. Is this going to be 4 hits? No, they'll free ball it across. That could have been a harder hit. Geisinger was there. And then this one put to the floor by Tooney. So that'll halt the Nuggets run they had going there. But they continue to have that 10-point lead, or they now have the 10-point lead, with Gennarino stepping back to serve for the Rebels. This one goes out the back. Nice call there. A great read by Anna Steer. She called off Grace Fleming, saying, don't touch that one. 22-11 here on yourliveevent.com in favor of the Hawley Nuggets. Serve sent across. Rebels working around. Big attack, but a good dig there by Eilerton. Fleming hits it across. Now here's Leitner, for the Rebels as the Nuggets work it around. Nice little light touch. Little mishandled, but now the Nuggets work around. Rustad, Faith Rustad, tried to go after it. There's a big block up front. Split that between Leitner and Dawson. So, back and forth we go here in the middle of set number 2, 22-12 in favor of the Nuggets. Little mishandle on the reception there. And it'll be an ace for Leitner. Her first of the night. And 13 points now for the Rebels. As I say that, A service error by Leitner. 23-13. So Faith Rusted will step back and be the one to serve as we gather up the ball. That one roll out the back door. It sure did. The official, the line judge, had to go grab it. 23-13 serve for Rusted with her team in the lead. This one, ooh, that was very close to the back. But it does go long and turn into a point for the Rebels. So this will be Schmidt to step on and serve now with the 23-14 score and make it a 24-14 score as Schmidt puts too much power behind it. So a game, as was said early in our pregame show from the coach of the Rebels, Tisver, saying it's going to be about the serving. As I say, serving. Another error. Back and forth we go. That was Alexa Reap. Macheski will be the one to serve now for the DGF Lady Rebels. They're down by 9. Push across. Oh, save. Nice job there by Schmidt, diving underneath. A pancake, they call that. And this time it'll be put down and taken care of by Grace Fleming. That was an exciting last one there in set number 2 as we see the Nuggets take out the Rebels in set number 2, 25-15. And we'll send it to a commercial break here on YourLiveEvent.com. Set number 3 coming up. Glad you're with us. Stick around. On YourLiveEvent.com, I'm Leaf Bakken. Glad you're with us for a little Nugget and Rebel volleyball as I get our scoreboard updated here. And we've got it split between 2 sets. In the first set, it was the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels taking out the Nuggets 25-19. But in set number 2, the Nuggets took their revenge, going 25-15. So, good job there for both of these teams. In that first set, the struggle was at the very beginning for DGF with serving, but then they narrowed that down. And then the Nuggets struggled with some net violations, just getting in too far up front. Then in that second set, we saw serving struggles for both teams there towards the end of the set, but the Nuggets were able to capitalize on it a little bit more as Hawley was able to get some big power hits to drive it in. And we did see some excellent saves come out of it for the Rebels. We also saw some pretty good saves on the Nuggets side of things, but really impressed by both these teams tonight to split it to set each as we go into set number 3 here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leaf Bakken. We switch things over. So far, as we look at the floor, the right side is the losing side right now. Both teams have lost their set while being on the right side of the floor. So we'll have to see if that will stay true as the ground official comes out, counts up, make sure everybody in the right spot. Don't want anybody out of rotation. That costs you a point. So just looking around, checking things, then point to Geisinger to step onto the floor. She's the libero for tonight. And that is one thing that I just noticed, unless, yeah, I haven't noticed. The Nuggets must not have a libero to freely move about the floor as Geisinger serves and we get rolling. Nuggets push it across. Good job there by Macheski. And now a hard hit back by Schmidt. Ball's worked around by the Rebels, and that's going to be in. Big kill there for Leitner.
That'll be a kill for Leitner for the Rebels.
So we'll be one apiece here on yourliveevent.com. Nuggets and Rebels. This serve by Backus. Mishandled by the Nuggets a bit, but it'll be sent across pretty hard by Eilerton as she wanted to send a message back to the Rebels. Tipped over by the Nuggets. So the Rebels work with it. Block up front. No. Oh, they call the carry. Okay. It looked like a block up front. And then Tooney quit going after the ball and looked up to the official. And so that's where that happened. Hard bump back after digging it up on the reception. Nice job on the read there for Megan Tooney. She saw out of the corner of her eye that the left front corner was left open, and so she was able to just flip her wrist and let that ball sail to that spot. 3-1 lead here for the Rebels. Nice job by the Nuggets, as you couldn't hear them all yelling out. Everybody, including the bench, saw that that one was a little too hard. Anna Steer on the serve now. And as I say that, this one goes just too far as well. Serving is going to be tough here for these two teams tonight. So it'll be 4-2 with Reno serving for the Rebels, and the Nuggets work it. Rustad pushes it across. Rebels work around. Now Leitner on the attack. This one into the net. Can they save it? No. Grace Fleming diving to save that one from the edge. It goes into the net, and everybody's just a little bit out of position to turn it into points for the Nuggets. Ends up being for the Rebels, 5-2. Nice block up front by the Rebels. Now it's punched over by Fleming. This one sent way back. Schmidt asking for a touch, saying somebody tipped that one. And the official doesn't even give her a glance as we move along. 5-3 in favor of the Rebels, but the Nuggets take over on the service. This one sent to the right to the back to Geisinger. Free ball across from O'Keefe. Nuggets work it around. Good job there by, I believe that's Reap. As this one goes out of bounds off of the tip. Here's the serve once again for the Nuggets. O'Keefe is there. Here's Reno, and now Leitner on the attack. Good dig for Eilerton. And then this one goes out of bounds. And I apologize again, looking down at my notes and not on the floor. 5-5 is our score. As I say that, we put one into the net. So that error goes on Eilerton. working the ball around. They're going to call this one out as Rustad goes hard to the boards on that for the kill, or for the attack, I should say, but doesn't come up with the points, unfortunately. That's a tough one there. Once again, my angle is not the best for these ones on this side. That would have been out, but it's saved in by Fleming, so the Nuggets will have to work with it. Looking back up as the ball comes across, one of the Rebels used the net to push off or something because the net was moving, another violation. So the Nuggets will take it back. Serve over, Geisinger, Reno, now Taves. Puts it into the middle of the floor on an awkward hit, but it'll work. Ashley Taves unofficially leading this team in kills tonight for DGF Rebels with their 2-point lead in the third set. This is Madison Schmidt on the serve. A light serve comes to this near side, gathered up by Fleming and then put across. Good job by Isabel Steer. Steer will step back to serve. Geisinger, Taves, and then send across. Now here's Fleming on the attack. Taves is there to dig it up. Reno, followed by Backus. Backus will get those points. Nice attempt there by the Nuggets. So we'll see a few subs come onto the floor, and we'll see that is Macheski step back and serve. Just too much power. Just too much power. That is the story of tonight for these two teams. Well, this is Fletcher stepping on to serve as the Rebels gather around. Taves hits this one. I don't know if she has it out for Walker, who's sitting on the bench. I doubt it, but that one was straight for the bench. And it turns into a 9-9 game here in set number 3. We've got one set apiece for these two teams. Girls turn as Tooney will get the kill. They were expecting that one to go out of bounds and realizing that they were a little bit deep into the court. Geisinger on the serve and puts it off out that side. So we'll stay wrapped up here, 10 round. Fleming on the serve. Rebels now block up front, nice job, so the Rebels will try again. Free ball across. Nuggets, nice on 2. Geisinger is there to dig up. Now here's the attack by Leitner. This one goes over the top, but on the wrong side of the stick. As Fleming was trying to get a hold of it, Leitner with the kill and puts DGF up by the 1. Trying to make the ball work around, and there's a block up front. Give that one to Tooney. She was able to stop the Nuggets from pushing it over the top. Backus will continue the serve. High ball here for the Nuggets, but it's worked out. Rebels also working with a high one. Leitner sends it across. Good job by Rustad. We've got ourselves a volleyball match. Back and forth we go. This one to the back row now after touching it. Ooh, called off. That's unfortunate there, as we saw Eilerton and that was Isabel Steer both going for it. They then one called the other off. The other said the same thing at the same time, and that's unfortunate there, as the Nuggets were trying to work that one around and make it work for them. Right now, they trail to their opponents, the DGF Lady Rebels, 10-13 on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bakken, and we'll keep it right here as take a look at the unofficial statistics that I'm trying to keep. Faith Rusted doing an excellent job. She is leading the way for the Hawley Nuggets. According to what I've got, 7 kills, 7 points, split between the first 2 sets. She hasn't scored yet in this third. As for the Rebels right now, the leader is Ashley Taves. We've seen her on that outside hitter position, playing right side hitter as well, and she's got 5 kills. She's only got 1 in this set, but we've seen her. She's probably got more than that because I don't think I was marking them down in that first set. So she's doing a really nice job for the DGF Lady Rebels. Once again, as they lead their host opponents, the Nuggets, by 3. As I say that, Backus puts this one in the net. So the Nuggets will try to scratch in a little bit, down by 2, as we go to Anna Steer. Steer has a couple of kills, few service errors unfortunately, but this one was perfect. Rebels work with it. They'll send it across. Now it's Rusted, that's Faith Rusted. Nice job on 2 for the Rebels. Now here's a couple of big hits and a big block up front. The 2 tall ladies for the Rebels, Leitner and Tooney. So good job there. Let me put that with Leitner. Those ladies are 6'1" and 6'2". As Reno steps up to the back to serve. Mishandled there by the Rebels. And credit that block up front to Fletcher. Well, here's the serve for the Nuggets. Ball worked around. Leitner probably would have sent that one too far, but unfortunately Eilerton lifted her elbow to try to stop and make a play out of that. So Mallory Leitner will step back and serve. She's a 6'1" senior for the Rebels. They have the 15-12 lead as the Nuggets work with it. Now it's blocked and now get to work with it once more. Free ball across, just too much. Not sure if that was the angle that we saw Anna Steer take that at, or if it was the power behind it, or a little bit of both, because that one was sent to the back. Leitner serving. Fleming on the reception. There's Steer. Now Fleming will push it across with a set. Taves tries to power it down, but it's out of bounds. And so the Nuggets will get that point, down by 3 in the third set. These 2 teams have split the set. Community Co-op scoreboard, 13 Hawley Nuggets, 16 Dilworth Glyndon-Felton. Visitors on the board tonight. As that's Faith Rusted who's on the serve. Rebels worked with it successfully, and now Fleming tries to power it down, but going to be out of bounds. So now we'll see, this is Schmidt stepping back and serving for the Rebels of DGF, Dilworth Glyndon-Felton. Received in the back row well, and then trying to get it set up and work with it is Alex Eilerton, but she goes into the net. So another unfortunate net violation there for the Nuggets. We saw that plague them in that first set. Nuggets push it across. Rebels work it around. Good job by Backus on the attack, but a better job in the back row there by Steer. Good job for the Nuggets as well, as now the Rebels get to work with it. Ooh, no call on that. That could have been really dangerous as Taves was setting up to bump that one back, but we saw the Schmidt there trying to go for the big kill. Well, now we're going to see Ingrid Rusted step onto the floor and serve. Quick use by the Rebels. Now Nuggets work with it. Blocked up front. Nuggets will work again. Fleming on the attack. Goes over, and she'll get the points as Taves couldn't quite handle it. Gets the kill. (15-18) in favor of the Rebels, but the Nuggets control the ball. This one goes to the far side, so a service error. Now a 19-15 score. Taylor Macheski comes in to serve. This one goes to the middle. Good save by the Nuggets. It's a great job there for Rusted. Here's the attack by Backus. Rusted there, followed by the other Rusted. Here's Taves on the attack to the middle of the floor. You betcha. Ashley Taves doing a good job out there for the Rebels, putting them up by 5 now here in set 3, looking for their second set win of the night. Glad you're with us on yourliveevent.com. 20-15 on the Community Co-op scoreboard in favor of DGF. Free ball across from the Nuggets to the Rebels. Geisinger is there, followed by Macheski. Pushed over by Taves. Here's the Nuggets. Work around it. Now blocked up front. Fleming will send it across on touch number 2. Taves, light touch. Called off there by Eilerton. Rusted. And then it was Iverson. As the point goes down and turns into a point to try to close things up here for the Nuggets. Yeah, good job there for Iverson. We saw her make an appearance earlier. McKenna Iverson, a 5'10 senior. Serving now is Fletcher, and Fletcher will get the ace as Schmidt couldn't quite get to it. And they're trying to close this gap again here in the third. Would like to take over the lead. Of course, Geisinger. And then a big block up front. Nice job there, Fleming up front. Along with Eilerton on the block. And on that note, we're going to see a timeout taken here by the Rebels from DGF. Community Co-op scoreboard shows us that they lead by 2, 20-18 of the Hawley Nuggets from the Hawley High School Gymnasium. More volleyball action in the third set coming up. On the Community Co-op scoreboard, we've got 20 for the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels, 18 for the Hawley Nuggets in set number 3. Both teams have a set under their belt, a set win under their belt, I should say, with a 25-19 first set finish for DGF and a 25-15 finish for Hawley in the second. Fletcher will serve. Rebels work it around. Backus on the attack to the back middle as Rusted couldn't quite handle it. Good job there for Peyton Backus on the kill. 5'10 junior, so she's got some more time coming her way. Geisinger will serve for the Rebels. The Nuggets. That's Fleming on the attack. Here's Leitner on the attack for the Rebels. This one mishandled as Ingrid Rusted was trying to get underneath that one and save it. And another timeout called. this time by the Nuggets. Community Co-op scoreboard says 22-18 in favor of the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels over the Hawley Nuggets so far tonight. According to my unofficial statistics, Mallory Leitner leading the way for the Rebels, as she's really put some down here in this set. 4 big kills in this set. We've also seen Ashley Taves do an excellent job for this Rebels team as well. So those two leading in scoring for DGF. As for the Nuggets, we've seen some good things from Faith Rusted. She's only got a few points here in this third set. But we've also seen some help from Anna Steer. Isabel Steer's got a few. McKenna Iverson stepped on and made some plays as we resume play. 22-18 on the Community Co-op scoreboard, and that's going to be a great job for Rusted up front. Faith Rusted again adding on to these points, trying to catch back up, down 19-22. Fleming on the serve. Worked around by the Rebels. And then there's a big kill for the Nuggets. Eilerton out there making some big plays. Bringing it to within 2. Fleming on the serve. Geisinger's there. Here's the attack by Tooney. Worked around by the Nuggets now and just trying to place it and get it to the floor. You betcha. Great job there. Anna Steer up front. This is the rally that the Nuggets kind of want here in the closing few serves of the third set. Rebels get it to Leitner. Big block up front off of Leitner's elbow and out of bounds. A great job. I'm going to give that one to Alec Eilerton. She's had 2 big blocks in this third set, and that puts us at 22 around. Fleming on the serve. Geisinger is there, followed by Macheski. Attack by Backus, now received by the Nuggets. Worked around, Rustad there on the attack. Leitner over to Schmidt, and now across by Tooney. Nuggets working around, tipped across, but tipped back. Touch number 2, and now going after the attack. Blocked up front by the Rebels. Now a big hit over by Fletcher. And then we're going to see the Rebels go into the net. And the Nuggets will take a lead here, 23-22 in the third set. The Nuggets from Hawley get a big point there, 23-22. We'll come back with more as the Community Co-op scoreboard shows us set number 3 score. We'll be right back. They start playing We Will Rock You here in the third set as the Nuggets will serve with a 23-22 lead in the third set. I'm Leif Bakken. Glad you're with us on yourliveevent.com. Exciting game here tonight as this one's tipped across. Nice job by the Nuggets. Worked around by the Rebels. Now here's Backus on the attack. This is Rustad on the reception. And now a big tack, big block. And that'll turn into a point to tie things up for the Rebels. Good job up front there. That was Tooney. Up front, she's got 2 blocks in this third set. Backus on the serve. Nuggets work it. Rustad, big attack, big kill for Faith Rustad. Great job, Faith Rustad. Playing this outside hitter position on the near side. Sends that one across. Great job. Sends it to that far side, exactly how you're supposed to. right across the body. Here's the serve by Eilerton for the Nuggets. Rebels on the prowl, send it across. Nuggets, here's a good push across by Rustad once again. That was Leitner who pushed it over, and then the Nuggets couldn't quite do anything with it. I believe that was Tooney on it, as we're tied up at 24. You got to win by 2 as Reno serves. Rustad on the attack, and the kill, you bet, right on the edge. Faith Rustad just going off tonight as they take the 25-24 lead in the third set. Looking to win this set with the serve coming. That was from Eilerton, mishandled by the Rebels. Eilerton gets the ace, and that is how we close up set number 3. 24 for DGF, 26 for Hawley Nuggets on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Here from Hawley, Minnesota, we're going into set number 4, folks. Don't go anywhere. It's been exciting here. We've got one set for DGF. They won that first one, 25-19. Then it was a 25-15 win for the Nuggets, and now a 26-24 win for the Nuggets. All on yourliveevent.com. It doesn't get much more exciting than that. Stick around. More volleyball action coming up in the fourth. We're getting ready for set number 4 as we take our set break between 3 and 4. It goes like this. The first set went to DGF, that is Dilworth Glyndon-Felton, 25-19. Then in the second, it was 25-15 in favor of Hawley. Then you just witnessed an exciting third set of 26-24 in favor of the Hawley Nuggets. I'm Leif Bakken, and I'm glad you're with me here on yourliveevent.com as we're working through some volleyball, lots of volleyball coming your way over the next, well, you've already got to witness lots of volleyball for the last several weeks. I'll be down here in Hawley again on Thursday as they host Pelican Rapids. By the way, Hawley broke up the streak I was talking about the right side being the losing side as we get underway here in the fourth set. Trying to save it was Fleming, and she went under the net. So that's unfortunate there. And so the first points will be on a violation, which has really been the story of tonight, folks. A lot of violations for both these teams. Service errors and in the net for both. And back and forth we've gone. So first point's up for DGF. This one tapped across. Rebels trying to save it. They do. Now the Nuggets working with it. Send it back. Leitner on the attack and the kill. Mallory Leitner getting the first, I would call that an earned point for this fourth set. High bump up. And now trying to pass it off of her palm was Fletcher, Ashley Fletcher. The 5'7" senior received that one, and then Fleming sent it back to her. She tried to push it over. Didn't quite work out, so a quick 3-0 lead to get things rolling. Big attack there by Leitner. Gathered up. Sent over by Rustad. Just a tip over, and that'll work. Megan Tooney earning another one for the Rebels from DGF. Puts them up 4-0. Backus continues the serve as the Nuggets push it back over. Around we go. Leitner with a big block up front. You bet. Nice job there between Alex Ellerton and also Rustad was there. This will be Anna Steer now to serve as I get this switched there. Leitner on the attack to the back row and put down for the kill. She's taking things off here in the fourth set with two big kills. Reno will be the one to serve now for DGF. Nuggets work with it. There's Rustad on the attack. Now Rebels trying to go with it. Schmidt goes into the net. 2-5 now. Nuggets still trail on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Rebels work the ball. Leitner trying to come up with some more points, and she will, as it was mishandled, but a good attempt there by Ellerton. So with that, Leitner will step back and serve for the Rebels from Dilworth Glyndon-Felton. Nuggets work it around. Now Rustad on the attack. Taves couldn't quite handle it. Good job there by Faith Rustad. That's her first kill of the fourth set, unofficially. I think I've got my stats back down as the Rebels send it back. Nuggets will free ball it across. Big attack there by Taves, and she'll get the kill. Set up just right for her. And so the Community Co-op scoreboard reads 7-3 in favor of DGF. This will bring Maya Johnson onto the floor for the Rebels. 5'4" senior, listed as a defensive specialist. Steer over to Fleming. Fleming will get the kill. And a Steer with the assist. So good job there for the Nuggets. Putting it right to the middle of the floor where too many Rebels were gathered. Allie Reap on the serve for the Nuggets as the Rebels work with it. Now Nuggets, good job by Rustad on the reception there. Ellerton, and then Fleming tried to save it and salvage the play, but couldn't quite get it done as she knocks it over, but out of bounds on the wrong side of the stick. 4-8 your score now on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Good dig there for the Nuggets. Fleming on the attack, partially blocked, but goes over the top of it. Fleming come up with the kill. We've been seeing good things from Grace Fleming. She's had a couple of those big attacks. In that first set, we saw her go, her and her teammates go into the net a few times, and so that caused some problems. Maybe the reason they lost the first set, but back and forth we go now. Here's a tip over, but the Rebels easily able to handle it. Backus on the attack now for the Rebels. This one, hard pass, bump off of Reap from the back and into the bench of the Rebels to make it a 5-9 score now on the Community Co-op's scoreboard. Geisinger on the serve. Rusted was the one who sent it across. Here's Leitner on the attack for the Rebels. Good job by Fleming. She'll get the pass back. Try to send it to that front corner. Yeah, she saw that. She read that well. Good job there for Grace Fleming. Perfect setup by Anna Steer as well on the assist. Still trailing by 3, though, unfortunately, in the fourth set. But we'll see what Fleming can do from the back as she serves. Leitner will be the one to attack. Tried to do the block up front. Didn't quite work out for Steer and Ellerton.
Number 11, Madison Schmidt returns, replacing number 1, Maya Johnson. Backus serving.
Backus will now serve with the 4-point lead. Back over to the Rebels from the Nuggets. Leitner was pushing that ball across, and a good attempt, but that one was just on the outside, not a bounce. So good read by the Nuggets. This will be Anna Steer now to serve. 7-10 score on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Leitner on the attack. Big block up front. Nice work there for Isabel Steer and Alexa Ellerton. Here's the serve again for the Nuggets. Down to the middle, but good job by O'Keefe on the save. Nuggets to work it around. Rusted on the attack. There's O'Keefe again, getting the good reception. Macheski, excuse me. Now worked around and to the back. A great job there. Isabel Steer gets the kill. And just like that, we're at a 1-point game. In the fourth, the Nuggets lead by 2 sets after taking the second and third. Leitner on the attack, hard pass back. Turns into a free ball for them to work with. Schmidt on the attack. Now the Nuggets trying to get it. Blocked up front, and there's going to be a big block for Schmidt and Tooney. So just when the Nuggets started to see a little bit of life and light, down by 1, they're down by 2. Still not too bad as Reno will serve. Ball worked around, and just a bit too far for Faith Rusted, trying to go hard to the back corner. Good save by the Nuggets off of the serve from Reno. Reno will set this one up off the pass. Schmidt, that is, Schmidt. No, Dawson, who will get the kill. Her first of the night. Actually, that's her second. Working around. Nuggets try to do a little bit of a throw your eyes off because it threw mine off. I thought we were going to the far side. They'll work with it again. Ellerton, good job helping on out, and great job there on the other side for Leitner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got time on the floor.
On the Community Co-op scoreboard, it's 14 for the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels, 9 for the Hawley Nuggets here at Hawley High School, Hawley, Minnesota. I'm Leaf Bach, and you're on yourliveevent.com. We'll be coming right back with more Set 4 action from Hawley, Minnesota. On the Community Co-op scoreboard, it's DGF 14, Hawley 9 here on yourliveevent.com. And thanks for sticking around here for volleyball action. Reno to serve for the Rebels. The Nuggets handle it well, and now they've put the Rebels into a bit of a tizzy. Free ball across. Fleming, Rusted, then across. And now we'll have 2 hits by one player on the Rebels side. So now only a 4-point deficit for the Nuggets. They do lead in sets, though, 2-1 after taking the second and third. As O'Keefe receives the serve from the Nuggets. That was Anna Steer, who served. Rusted passed it across. Now here's Dawson on the attack. Good job digging it up by Iverson on this near side. And a big kill there for Steer. Apologize there. 11-14 now. This is Anna Steer on the serve. Geisinger there. Here's the attack by Leitner, right to the middle of the floor where nobody's standing. The closest person would have been Anna Steer, who had shifted to that back middle spot, but she was just a little further back and to the far side. As this turns into an ace for Leitner. Mallory Leitner doing a nice job tonight. Up front, she does an excellent job on the attack. Nuggets will have to work with it now. Rusted sends it across. There's O'Keefe. Followed by Reno. Dawson on the attack. Tipped up by the block. This one is Iverson. Too far, but they say that number 3, who is Ashley Taves, was in the net for the Rebels. So Community Co-op scoreboard shows us 16-12 in favor of DGF. Faith Rusted on the serve. Taves on the attack, gets blocked up front, but they'll get a chance to work with it again. Reno sends it across on a light pass, little confusion for the Rebels. Now the Nuggets push it over. Taves on a high stop. Reno and Geisinger tried to stop it themselves together from hitting the floor, and it just went the wrong direction. Down by 3 now. Serve by Faith Rusted, who's been having a great night. Taves sends it over. There's Rusted underneath it. Now the attack by Iverson, and they're going to call that a tip, so Iverson will get the kill. Great job there. She's got some power behind her. We've seen that one go just too far a few times, but now she's getting the Rebels to bite. This one to the back. O'Keefe received it, but it's passed directly back. Here's Fleming on the attack. Geisinger's there. Reno, and now Taves from this corner hits the net, and they say on the outside of the stick. So the Nuggets have worked their way back in. Geisinger on the reception. Reno. Now here's Dawson up front. Good job by Rusted. Attack by Steer. That's Isabel Steer. Now free balled back by Dawson up front. Nuggets working around from the back. Rusted. Now the Rebels Taves on the light hit. Tops the net, but the Nuggets handle it. Goes back over. Taves again. Miscommunication. Can they send it over? Going to be too much as it goes out of bounds. That will go under Taves' category for stats, as the Nuggets had a good thing going there, but they just kind of missed a few things. I think somebody called somebody else off, and then somebody had to hit it with their elbow. Just got to handle those confusing moments. Down by 2 now for the Nuggets. Ahead by 2 for DGF, as this serve for, is that Taves? Yes. Just too far. Lots of power for these two teams. That has been really the headline of tonight on these two. 16 for the Nuggets, 17 for the Rebels on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Leaf Bakken on yourliveevent.com. Big block up front, but the Rebels recover from it. Geisinger gets it. Now Taves on the light tap. Not enough to get over the top. $17 around here in set number 4. Nuggets trying to put this one away. This one goes high, and too many hits. So that'll put it at 18-17. DGF edging Hawley. It brings Macheski back to the floor, the 5'7" senior. She'll serve. She serves from the middle of the back, and we're waiting for the floor judge. He's turned around to the table and double-checking some things with the scorebook to make sure the rotation is correct. Or maybe Coach Tisver asked a question on it to make sure, how many subs she can probably have, how many more she has. Ball worked around by the Nuggets. Now the Rebels work with it. Tipped over. Nice job there by Rusted. Big hit. Tried to be blocked, but Iverson will come up with the kill. And that'll wrap us up at 18. Looking at the scoreboard as well, the Community Co-op scoreboard, 2 timeouts for the Nuggets left compared to the 1 only left for the Rebels. 18-18. Backus on the attack, good block up front. Rebels work with it again. This is Taves. Great job there in the back by Reap. Here's a big attack there for Anna Steer, but the Rebels are able to handle it. Backus, that one might have been out of bounds out the back, but Reap chose to go after it. So good job there for Backus. Scoring, putting them up by a 1 on the Community Co-op scoreboard, 19-18. Here's another service error by Geisinger. She's been struggling tonight. So Fleming will step back and serve for the Nuggets with things all wrapped up at 19. Interesting hit there for Dawson. Excuse me, that's Johnson. As the ball falls on the wrong side for the Nuggets and give the Rebels a point. Backus will step back and serve now. This one going to be saved. It will be saved by the Nuggets. Nice job as they work it around. The Rebels will get a better chance here. Leitner on the attack. Nice job by Fleming receiving that one. Here's the attack by Rusted. Finding the edge on the far side. Nice job for Faith Rusted, set up by Ellertson on the assist. And we're at 20-20. Anna Steer will step back and serve now. We've seen a lot of great things from Alex Ellertson. She's the 5'7" senior for this Nugget team. Trying to get to it. They can't. The Rebels run out of space. Anna Steer with her first ace of the night. And the Hawley Nuggets take the 1-point lead here in set number 4. They're trying to put this game away. They lead 2-1. 21-20 serve. O'Keefe to Macheski. That was Geisinger who sent it over. Big block up front. That was Schmidt along with Tooney up front. Reno steps on to the floor as we tie it up at 21. We've got a good one here, folks. Once again, the Nuggets lead 2-1, but we're tied up in set 4. Good serve. Nuggets will work with that. Steer, that's Isabel Steer, was able to push it over. Steer able to send it over one more time with kind of a block battle up front. Alex Ellertson will now step back to serve with the 1-point lead, 22-21 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. That one received by Schmidt, worked around and then passed over for a free ball by Leitner. Worked around by the Nuggets, and just attacking a little too high is Isabel Steer. And we've had ourselves a big battle between these two teams in the 4th. Wrapped up at 22 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Leitner steps back to serve for the Rebels. Few call-offs there, but Rustad will take the attack. Taves, on the reception, and there's a big up and kill for Reagan Dawson. And a timeout will be taken by Coach Rustad and the Hawley Nuggets. I'm going to keep it here as I look around and take a few notes. And look here, big 4th set here for Mallory Leitner. She's got 4 points out of these 23. According to what I've got marked up, we've seen a good job in this 4th set as well by Reagan Dawson. Been doing a great job up front. Peyton Backus has been doing really well tonight. And Tooney has been doing great as well. Tooney and Leitner, the tallest for this Rebel team from Dilworth Glyndon-Felton. So great to see that. Let's look here for the Nuggets. We've seen some amazing things tonight from Faith Rustad with some huge kills. Isabel Steer stepping up as well with some big kills. Isabel Steer, she is a 5'9" freshman. 23-22 on the Community Co-op scoreboard in favor of DGF. Mallory Leitner continuing to serve for the Rebels. Received by Rustad, followed by Ellertson. The attack put on the other side, tried to block it, but it ended up on the Rebels side. Good job there for Faith Rustad. Another big kill. 23 around. You got to win by 2, and you go to 25 at least. Serve is over, and the Rebels. Long shot by O'Keefe. Worked up front, tip over, good job, but the Rebels get to it too. Rebels on the attack. This one goes to the back row, big hit there, and a kill for Madison Schmidt.
That's going to be a kill, number 11, Madison Schmidt.
And that gives the Rebels that point edge.
Schmidt is serving, and we have gained points.
24-23 on the Community Co-op scoreboard in favor of Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Rebels. Schmidt, serve is received. Here's Fleming on the attack. This one goes back to Schmidt in the back row. Reno, now Taves on the attack. Puts it into the net. Unfortunate error there for the Rebels. 24, so we're going to 26 at least. Both student sections to their feet as Isabel Steer steps off. This is Allie Reap stepping onto the floor. 24-24 in the 4th set. Geisinger, Reno, now Taves, sends it to the back corner. Rustad is there. Ellertson, Fleming, hard hit, but saved by Geisinger. Up front, blocked down. Great job there for the Nuggets. That was Anna Steer. Up front, and a timeout taken as our community co-op scoreboard reads 25, should read 25, now it will, for the Hawley Nuggets, 24 for the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels. This is how it went so far tonight. 25-19 in favor of DGF in the first. Then the Nuggets took it in the second, 25-15, and then we had an excellent third set of 26-24 in favor of the Hawley Nuggets. Here we are with them leading by 25-24 in the fourth set. They'd like to put this one away and serve DGF their first loss. They'd like to move on to a 7-3 record. Both student sections come to their feet after taking a little break on the timeout. Here, this is yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken, and now the fans will come to their feet as well. I'm going to have to come to my feet to be able to see over some of these people. Rebels to work it around. Attack by Dawson. Hard set, passed across by the Nuggets. Taves trying to go for it, and it goes just out of bounds off of the block. The Rebels celebrated, and they rightfully did deserve to celebrate with 25 knotted up now. Ooh. Rusted was trying to reach up for that one, and she touched it. That serve would have been a little bit hard and I think it would have been out of bounds, but that's up to these ladies to make that decision. Reap was on the reception, a cross by Iverson. Reno on the setup, here's Taves, sending it out as we keep going here in the fourth set. 26-26 on yourliveevent.com. Yourliveevent.com, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. And another timeout taken. Community Co-op scoreboard reads 26-26. I'm going to take a break, get a drink of water. Stay here on yourliveevent.com. .26 around on the Community Co-op scoreboard from Hawley, Minnesota at the Hawley High School. As you see, the Nuggets getting jacked up. This is exciting for everybody, folks. Hey, I'm Leif Bakken, by the way, making my solo debut here on yourliveevent.com, and glad to be with you for some Hawley Nugget action. I'll have Hawley Nuggets for the next few weeks, so be glad to be with you on Tuesday and Thursday nights. Taves pushes it across for the Rebels. Here we go, Fleming on the attack to the back corner as that was missed by Dawson. Nice job for Grace Fleming. As Ashley Fletcher steps back to serve for the Nuggets. Rebels to work with it. Reno sets it up for Taves. Off of the top of the block onto the Nuggets side. Here's Fleming once again. Can she get the big attack? Geisinger is there. Reno, now O'Keefe. Flat-footed attack. Rusted. Ellertson. And now Steer over to the Rebels. Worked back across. Ellertson, Fleming on the attack. That's Taves up front. Reno back to Taves. Ellertson to Fletcher. And now across. Oh, good save by Taves. Here's a big attack to the back. What a way to go on the win. Grace Fleming seals the deal for the night. 28-26 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. What a big night of volleyball for these two teams as the Hawley Nuggets serve the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Rebels, their first loss of the season, as they drop now to 4-1. Hawley will advance to 7-3. A big, big night for these two teams. 4 sets, and the Nuggets are able to go in after it in 3. Just took that first set to warm up a little bit. Hey, we'll do a little recap coming up here, and I'll talk about your Enbridge Energy Player of the Game as well. So stick around here on your live event. I'll try to tally up some statistics as well, try to get the coaches up here, and we'll have a grand time. And, yeah, we'll keep having a good time here from Hawley, Minnesota. I'm Leaf Bach, and this is YourLiveEvent.com. Hawley Nuggets beat the DGF Rebels 28-26, and they win 3-1. Thanks for sticking around on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leaf Bakken, and glad to have brought you the play-by-play action for tonight's volleyball match between the Lady Rebels of Dilworth Glyndon-Felton, who traveled over here to Hawley, Minnesota to take on the Nuggets in a volleyball match, and an exciting one we had. We had a really good first set when it comes to point-wise. It got a little tough, which we'll talk about here in a second, but then we had a really exciting third and fourth set, and so glad that you were here to witness that. Let's talk about this a little bit, where we saw in the first set it was 25-19 in favor of Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Rebels. Now, to start off, we saw the Nuggets go on about a 4 to 5 point run because the Rebels were struggling right away with a couple of service errors, and then we saw them kind of recover, and then some things happen and it didn't quite work out. As for the Nuggets, that first set was plagued by a lot of net violations. And so when you keep going into the net, you give your opponent the ball and the points, and so that's just kind of tough, and you have to deal with that. 25-19 was where we were in set number 1. In the second set, we saw Hawley come out on top, 25-15, and it was similar there, especially towards the end of that one. We saw serving struggles for both teams. So hard to say what it is, if it's the way the light was shining off the floor or what's going on, but some service errors really caused some problems. In that second set, we also saw some big power hits that really helped drive it in for the Nuggets, but we did see some really good serves come out of the DGF side there toward the end of it. And so so a couple of things just to work on there between the two teams. We went into the third set, we continued to see the service struggles, and so that was an issue, but When we came back out of it, it was just back and forth. That's where a lot of the back and forth was because of serve problems. But back and forth there at the end, and then a 26-24 win in the third set for Hawley. So they're up 2-1. Then you come in for the fourth set, and we kind of go back and forth. We see DGF really take a lead up front. Then the Nuggets kind of lock it down and try to work it in, and then they keep working and they battle after it, battle back and forth. And so it was great to see, and you witnessed it right here, a 28-26 finish as we are going to be joined here now as it looks like Coach has sent me one of her players, so I'll have you hold on to that. And this is Ashley Fletcher. And Ashley, you great job by the team tonight. I mean, you come into that fourth set, you guys are down at the beginning of that fourth set, and then you guys kind of whittle in, and finally lots of energy from both sides of the court. So it's got to feel really good and a little intimidating. I mean, lots of energy coming at you guys on the floor.
Yeah, that game point serve is very intimidating. It's hard to stay focused when there's so much loudness. Being able to hear your teammates and hear if it's in or out or who's taking the ball, it's a lot of hard work that we put in to come where we've came to.
Yeah, when you had a couple of aces tonight, unofficial stats here, as you can tell, my chicken scratch didn't work out very well. A couple big kills. Tell me a little bit about what you guys had to do or say in some of those timeouts, because both coaches taking a few timeouts to settle everybody down. What did Coach Rusted say to you guys to really push you guys there, especially at the end?
She just kind of tells us we need to get our head in it. We need to stop worrying about our mistakes. We need to flush them and get right to it. Stick the pass, get the set there, and then just hammer it down.
You probably don't know this, or you didn't care going into this game, but DGF was 4-0, so you guys served them their first loss, so that's big for you guys, and you guys going up 7-3 according to what I've got here.
Yep.
That's great to hear as well, and that's pretty cool. And so good job. You guys are doing great so far in this season. So.
Thank you.
All right, that's Ashley Fletcher doing a great job tonight for the Hawley Nuggets as we have another player stepping up. This is Grace Fleming, and Grace is the outside hitter, 5'8" senior. I should also mention that Fletcher, a 5'7" senior for this Hawley team. Grace, you guys are both leaders, and so I could tell on the floor you guys, especially you seniors, really leading this team and trying to bring everybody together. Only a few younger players that play, of course, but really coming together to lead your team and a big victory tonight.
Yeah, I feel like we have a special bond this year, and you can tell a lot of energy, especially with the full gym, and it's awesome to have our first home game, and everybody's pretty excited for that.
Yeah, first home game, and then, you had a great student section from DGF show up. You guys had an awesome student section as well. I mean, I was just saying to Ashley that a lot of energy coming at you guys, especially in set 3 and 4, because you guys had really good tight sets of 26-24 and 28-26. Stepping back from that, how do you manage and control that energy to turn those into points?
I'd say our teams, every huddle we go in and we just make sure that we stay level, and we just say, get this first play, get the first pass, and we just, every point we get excited, but then right after it happens, we come back to level stage.
Right, you got to come back to an even keel. Hey, how's it feel on those last two huge, you have one just powerhouse kill back to that back corner. That was awesome. And then you come up with the winning, the final touches, put a bow on this one for the night.
Felt really awesome, and I just love the support from everyone, and it just makes it way better having everyone cheering. And I just know that behind that comes a perfect pass and a set, and I just love how we all came together and are excited for each other.
Yeah, you can really tell the synergy between all of you guys. I mean, getting the sets, the pass set up for yourself, and then you're able to make the kill. We also saw, Faith did a great job tonight as well. We saw, Anna Steer doing a really good job setting you guys up front. But it seems that you guys are all able to share the ball and make those decisions, and it just looked really good tonight.
Yeah, I feel like we've definitely developed a dynamic, knowing which ball is whose and just kind of working together and just mixing it up to keep the other team on their feet.
So on your side, last question for you is, what do you see, what do you think the team needs to work on before Thursday? You've got one practice coming up, then you got another game. what are some of the things you think, as a leader of this team, you guys should work on tomorrow before Pelican Rapids comes to town?
Definitely a stronger start and just staying up and not giving ourselves in the holes where we have to dig back out of, and just perfecting every little thing, like every serve receive, getting the right defense, finding the holes on the court, and just talking to each other.
Sure, sounds good. There you have it, folks. Grace Fleming, she did a great job powerhousing that ball straight to the boards, and so appreciate your time, and congratulations. Big win tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Grace Fleming again for the Hawley Nuggets as they win 3-1. Got that set up. A big hug in front of me here from Coach Rusted to Fleming. And Coach, jumping on here, and I'll start with, like, I don't want to be negative, but I'm going to start with the lows, and we'll move up to the highs. And it seemed like maybe early on there were a few communication issues, trying to make sure they talk. And that's a big part of volleyball and any sport, is making sure you're talking and making everybody aware of the situation coming at you.
You bet. And I think that's one thing the girls had a little bit of a lag time adjusting to, is how loud the gym really was. Everybody was talking all at the same time, but there wasn't enough listening going on. So it's got to be both talking and listening.
Would you say that that's one of the things that needs to be worked on before Pelican Rapids game on Thursday, or what are some of the points that you saw tonight that you want to work on in practice tomorrow?
I think adjusting our defense a little bit. We have a little different defenses going on, and we switch things up a little bit. So I think a point or two into the second game, we tried to switch things up and just a little bit too late. First game, excuse me. And I think if we work on that, the communication piece, like you said, when we are making those adjustments, I think will help our errors too.
And last negative thing is the errors. Both teams, it seemed really odd to me, Coach, a lot of net violations. And so just making sure you keep that space between you and the net, and the blocks all looked clean, but it was the attacks and maybe, I don't know, pushing off the net or something that didn't quite work for both teams there.
Yep, I don't know if their depth of possession, all 12 on the court, or is off tonight or what. I don't know. Maybe it's the lights. Can we blame it on that?
Absolutely.
No, I think they're all pretty excited. Like I said, I think we brought a good, entertaining game tonight. I think both teams showed up. Maybe getting those little jitters out because, they are a rival, so they get antsy to get to the net.
Right, absolutely. Well, on the positive side of things, we saw Faith Rusted with an incredible game tonight, along with Grace Fleming. Unofficial stats here, I mean, just both of them taking it straight down to the wood and not having any problem. They were set up well, especially with Anna Steer giving them quite a few assists. We saw Ellertson do a good job as well, setting them up. She had a good game. I mean, you got to be proud of these leaders and the 6 you had out there.
I am very proud of these girls. They fought tooth and nail all the way to the end.
And then, like you said, I think the other thing, and hopefully that your crowd and whoever else comes, Pelican Rapids and whoever comes next week as well, the energy of the gym tonight was just astounding. And it was great to have, the students having some fun and being able to do some things. But, again, just taking all that energy and put it to the ball. And, again, a huge win tonight.
Huge win. We got to love when DGF comes. There's going to draw a crowd even on both sides of the gym. Our bleachers were out. The other side of the gym's bleachers were out. And I would say, looking up at the crowd and feeling the energy, they did a good job channeling it in the right direction tonight.
Excellent. So, we talked about the struggles. We talked about the positive things. And what's coming up for Pelican Rapids? Anything, again, that you think really needs to be focused on here in the next day and a half?
I think Heidi does a really good job. Pelican comes out and they're always aggressive. They're always scrappy. That's one thing they're well known for. So even when you think a ball is down, like many moments tonight, you thought a ball was down, and here they get a ball up. So being prepared for every ball, even though it might be just about down, somebody getting a pancake and, throwing stuff, rolls here, there. They're a pretty scrappy team. So getting prepared for that is probably our number one.
Any other highlights tonight that you think folks need to know about at home?
Proud of these girls. The seniors showed up, even the juniors, and we had some freshmen out there taking control of key plays, blocking at the net. I'm very proud of these girls, the way they fought tonight.
Coach Kat Rusted for the Hawley Nuggets as they come up with a big win, 3-1, and they move to 7-3. Coach, thanks for your time again.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a break here, and then we're going to name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. I don't know. It's a toss-up for me right now between Grace Fleming and Faith Rusted. Join us here after the break, and we'll get you that person named here on yourliveevent.com. All right, well, last time here from Hawley High School, home of the Nuggets, as they took out the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels. I should say last time for tonight, because we will be returning on Thursday for a game. I'll have it for you here on yourliveevent.com as they take on the Vikings of Pelican Rapids, host them here. So looking forward to that. But let's do a quick talk here about the Enbridge Energy Player of the game, as they've started their work on replacing Line 3, and it's been a top priority of theirs. COVID-19 safety rules and keep the employees safe, and they want everyone to be safe. You can learn more at enbridge.com/line3.us. The Enbridge Energy Player of the game, I'm going to give it to Faith Rustad. Faith Rustad, I told you before we went to break, it was between her and Grace Fleming, both of them doing a fantastic job bringing in the energy and bringing in the points, but I got to give it to Faith. She just edged out Grace a little bit there. According to my unofficial stats, I had 14 kills for Faith Rustad. She also had a few blocks, and good job by her. And so she's going to be our Enbridge Energy Player of the game. Let's talk about a few other stats that I have, again, unofficial here, as we saw Grace Fleming follow up with 9 kills. She had a couple of blocks as well. Alex Ellertson, she had 5 blocks along with 4 kills. We saw Anna Steer with an ace, a block, and 4 kills. Isabel Steer with 4 kills and 3 blocks up front. McKenna Iverson came in as a substitute and did a good job with 3 kills in the 3rd and 4th sets, along with a block up front. And can't forget about Ashley Fletcher, who did a great job serving. She had a couple of aces, a couple blocks, and some kills on the board as well. As for the Rebels of DGF, we saw an outstanding night for the 2 tall girls there from DGF. That includes Mallory Leitner, who had 10 kills according to my count. I'm sure it was a few more than that. Ashley Taves did a good job as well. Not quite as tall, but she's 5'10". So, but she did a really good job up front on the attack. We also saw a good job by Megan Tooney, who had about 6 to 7 kills. 5 blocks by Tooney. She did a great job up front. Leitner was up front as well with 3 blocks up front. Let's see. Peyton Backus had 4, and we saw Taves, 4 kills, and Ashley Taves had 8 kills on the night. She had a block up front, and a couple of aces as well for Leitner, for Jenna Reno, who did a good job serving tonight, and then Peyton Backus also had an ace. Couple of service errors for both these teams, couple of problems on both sides of the net, especially at the net, but it sounds like those are easy things to improve upon. And so best of luck to the DGF, that is the Dilworth Glyndon-Felton Lady Rebels, as they continue on. They've been served their first loss of the season. The Hawley Nuggets moved to 7-3 on the season, and let's take a look at how it all panned out tonight. First, let me tell you how JV went, where it was all DGF, where they went 24-26, 25-17, and 15-13 in junior varsity. In varsity action that you witnessed here on yourliveevent.com, with some play-by-play by me, Leif Bakken, we saw the first set go to DGF, 25-19. It was a struggle with serving and net violations for the two teams the entire night, and I'm going to probably title this Power Night because we saw a lot of hard serves and a lot of hard attacks go too far, just too far, and that's where we could have seen some points for both of these teams. Then in the second set, we saw 25-15 in favor of Hawley, where we saw some big power hits there for the Nuggets and some great saves for DGF. I think I misspoke earlier when I said serves. It was a great saves by DGF. They served the struggle on serving for both these teams in the second set. In the third set, things cleaned up quite a bit, 24-26 in favor of Hawley. And then we saw that great fourth set, exciting, lots of energy here in the room. And the Hawley Nuggets were able to control it a little bit more than the Rebels, 28-26. And that is how things went on our Community Co-op's scoreboard for a final set score of 3 for the Nuggets, 1 for the Rebels. And that is going to do it here from Hawley, Minnesota at Hawley High School, home of the Nuggets. We'll be coming back at you again on Thursday for a game with Pelican Rapids, and then I'll be back again Tuesday and Thursday next week. So excited to be with you here on yourliveevent.com. Slow start for me, I will admit that. And so can only improve from here, right, folks? Got to catch a rhythm, and we're going to catch a rhythm in volleyball, that's for sure. Thanks to everybody for all their help and all the sponsors. Be sure you go and visit them. Go and hang out at some of those sponsors and just enjoy time with them and thank them for sponsoring this broadcast. And this has been put together on yourliveevent.com, brought to you by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Thanks to Landon, who helped me tonight running the camera. Appreciate his help as well. And this is where we say goodbye, everybody. Thanks for coming and sticking around. I'm Leif Bakken, and the Community Co-op scoreboard shows us Hawley Nuggets 3, DGF Rebels 1. Once again, I'm Leif Bakken, and until next time, we'll see you down the road.